Stop expecting change to come so suddenly to you when you've never had the patience to ever be able to get it. Why do you expect change to happen when you haven't been patient enough? You just expected that LeBron would pick up a basketball and he became the greatest because he just decided to pick up a basketball. No, the motherfucker sat there and he grinded and he actually made sure that he got everything that needs to get done. He got really good at his craft. So why do you expect yourself to be able to pick up a basketball and then just be able to do whatever you want? You expect yourself to be able to pick up a camera and be able to record high quality content when you've never made a short film in your life. You expect yourself to be able to start a business when you've never been able to run a business before. You expect yourself to be able to do sales at a high level and you've never done it before. You expect yourself to have the best of everything when you've never put in the pain of actually doing it over and over again until you get better at it. You need to understand, with success, it does not matter. You have to put the pain in. You have to go through the patience. You have to go through the delayed gratification. You have to dumb down your expectations. You have to do multiple things to be able to get it, because guess what? Patience is the most important part about getting successful. You want to know how most people got successful? They actually were patient. They stayed down. They started grinding. I've been sitting here waiting for a video to export and it hasn't even exported yet. And I could sit here and make the excuse of, oh, I'm just gonna miss a day of uploading. No, guess what? I'm gonna get around it. But guess what? I had the patience to wait. And even though it might not be able to get done, I promise you I'll have a video done by tonight. I promise you that video will get uploaded tomorrow morning. I promise you that. I promise you that, right? I put in the pain of knowing sometimes that you may not be able to get to everything you want in the time manner that you wanted to, but guess what? It still needs to get done. I put in the pain of learning how to record with a camera because guess what? I actually took the time to learn from it, right? I didn't learn how to record off a camera by just picking up a camera and just. No, I actually took the time to learn. That's what y'all need to realize. It takes more than that. It's patience that matters the most. Your patience is literally one of the most important parts about you becoming successful. Any successful person will tell you they were just extremely patient and kept working when most people didn't want to. They kept working because they knew that their patience would be rewarded, because they knew that God in the universe would reward them. You expect everything in your life to be handed towards you when that's not how that works. God would not just hand you something just out of the love of his heart. He's going to make you go through hardships. He's going to make sure you understand the gravity of what he's putting into your life so you actually know how to cherish it correctly. So you expect yourself to be able to just lock in for 3 months and become a millionaire when you've never even had the traits or habits of a millionaire. You know how dumb that sounds? Why do you expect so much in such a little amount of time? You need to realize you can be delusional. You can be like, I'm the best of the best. That's good. That's called confidence. That's called being confident in yourself. But you also need to realize you need to be real. You need to understand that sometimes it's going to take a long time. Sometimes it's going to take 6 to 9 months, 9 months to a year to 2 years, 2 years to 5 years. No matter how long it takes, if the dream is actually worth enough to you, you will keep going. So you have to ask yourself, how patient are you for your goal? Are you willing to delay gratification? Right? Are you willing to go through that? Right? Building yourself up, not seeing everything stack up day by day by day by day, but eventually at one point you look back and you're like, holy fuck, I actually did it. Right? You actually got what you wanted done. Or would you rather just kind of sit there and just be like, oh, well, I'm not seeing it, so let me just dip off and go and leave? No. Do y'all think I would have had these shoulders if I didn't work out? I would not. No, I would not. Do y'all think I would have these biceps if I didn't work out? I would not, right? Would y'all think I'd be running an actual successful YouTube channel and getting more views now and starting to understand content better unless I actually took the time to keep going and delay my gratification and know that success is coming? No, I would not. If I just never decided to delay my gratification, that's very important for this process. You need to realize delaying gratification will help you. And you also have to realize social media has kind of screwed your guys' expectation on what is supposed to happen. Y'all expect just life-changing events in like 6 months. Newsflash, brother. Not how that works. Just to kind of let you know, right? Imagazi worked for 10 years to get to the point that he's at. I Am Cry worked for like a year and a half to get to where he's at, right? You got multiple other people. Brett Scales worked for another like year and a half, 2 years to get to where he's at. TJR worked for like 3 years to get to where he's at. I'm just naming a whole bunch of people that inspire me. The one thing I've learned is that every single person who's successful just kept going. right? They kept going. But another thing I've learned is that if you actually have the expectation of going into something based off of somebody else's life because of social media or the internet or television or whatever else it is, you are a dumbass. You're actually kind of stupid. Because let's be honest, social media, we all know, is the highlight reel of everybody's life, right? If I go on a TJR post and I see him talking about how he just bought his Ferrari, I know he put in like 3-4 years of work trading, understanding markets to be able to get to there, right? If Cry was to post any success, I know that I've watched this man literally grow his channel. So then, of course, I would not be surprised. It takes a long time, right? Brez, youngest person, 20 years old with a Porsche, still saw that dude grind his way up. Like, it takes the time. Y'all expect just because you get to see some of the highlight reels from these guys grinding, or these people grinding, whoever inspires you, that you'll be able to do the same thing in a less amount of time. You can do it in a lesser amount of time if you invest in mentors, but you need to understand you still need to go through the pain. You still need to have your patience tested. That's really how you see if it's actually worth it to you. If it's actually worth it to you, your patience will be tested. Not only will your patience be tested, you're going to get tested because God is going to see whether or not you're actually meant for this mission that he told you, that he gave to you. If he's going to see if you're ready at this point that you are at now. And if you truly are ready, you'll step up to the plate and start doing what needs to get done. Right? But you also need to understand it's going to take a little minute for all of that to kick in. But you kind of want it so bad because your expectation is based off of seeing somebody else's highlight reel on social media when you've never even put in the work. I don't know what you expect from that. And then the last one is just you guys like comfortability too much. That's one thing I've realized. Even as a human being, we chase after what literally is comfortable to us. As a human being, you're not going to do anything that's going to make you feel uncomfortable because you like comfortability. Comfortability feels safe. Humans are hardwired for us to have safety so we can live longer, so we can make more offspring, right? That's literally how humans work. So let's think about it like this. Y'all expect everything to just kind of happen like this because you're so comfortable, right? I'm going to ask y'all, have y'all ever gone to the gym consistently for 8-9 months? You stuck to a schedule, 5 days in, right? Two rest days, 3 rest days, whatever you're doing. Have you? No? Okay. All right. Have you consistently chased that goal for 3, 6, 9, a year, 2 years, 3 years? No? Okay. All right. Have you ever decided to take a risk and just keep going on that risk even if you didn't know if it was going to succeed? No? Okay. All right. Well, the main reason you can attribute that to is your lack of patience because you're so comfortable. Because everything in your life is made for you to be comfortable, you expect everything to happen like this. It's not how the real works. The real world works. Right? Just talked about this. This is not how it works. You have to have your patience be tested. That is how you truly see if you're great. When you get your patience tested, that is literally God seeing like, all right, let's see if this motherfucker really has the cojones on him to be able to do what I need him to be able to do, or he or she, whoever you are. How am I going to be able to test? How is God going to be able to test you if they don't know? If they've never tested you before, if you've never taken the risk, if you've only stayed in your comfortability zone, if you've never decided to just, you know what, let me hop in the water with the sharks and see if I can swim. Let me see if I can maybe even be able to get up to the air and be able to do whatever I need to do. But nope, you ain't never decided to do that. You just decided to stay comfortable. And that's exactly why you're still stuck at the same spot that you're in. You wonder why you haven't been able to succeed in anything because you've just been staying in the same spot. You can't get mad at anybody but yourself. Why are you going to get mad at anybody if you've just been doing the same thing over and over again? You go to work, you come home, you drink a beer, you sit off on the couch, you jack off, you go talk to your wife, and then you just go to sleep. Repeat that day in, day out. And some of y'all wonder why you're average. But then you look at some people who are my age or even younger or maybe even 21, 22, and they're doing better than you. They're doing better than you because they took the risks, because they stopped being comfortable, because they decided that, you know what? It's honestly better for me to just go jump in the water and see what's below in the water, or let me just jump off the cliff and see if there's anything I can catch myself on. Let me just see if the risk is even worth it, because it's better to know and better to die knowing that you took the risk of your dreams than not doing so. So yeah, just ask yourself that question. How patient are you? How patient are you willing to be for this dream? Conquer your patience. You can conquer a lot of stuff. Be a conqueror.